What's good, y'all? This your big brother K-Rino. I know it's late. I know it's late, man. But I have to be honest with y'all. These are my hours. These are the hours where I start to really get motivated. My juices start circulating. These are the hours, man. So, regardless of how many people we get on here tonight, of course the video will still be uploaded and y'all will still be able to watch it. Whoever doesn't see it now will definitely see it um, later on. But I wanted to talk about this simply because um, I think it's very important for us to understand why uh, we don't accelerate in terms of our development mentally. And when I say we, I'm talking about me. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about everybody who's within the sound of my voice, because a lot of times we make the mistake of not being able to rise above emotion in certain situations. And as y'all come in, please hit the like button as you walk in the door. Hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, be sure to subscribe to the channel right now. Some of y'all may have just been jumping on your big brother's live for the first time, and if that's the case, be sure to subscribe. I would appreciate the sub, and I always have your bell. Click that bell. Always have your notifications on so you'll know. Check it out, man. As I see y'all slowly trickling in. Like I said, I know it's late, and I'm sorry. This just my time, man. I start feeling it around this time of night. I know it's a Friday, and I hope y'all ain't at the club. People ain't all at the clubs and all that. But we are talking about the topic, of course, is there's no growth, there's no development without opposition. There's no growth and development, personal growth and development without opposition. And sometimes, man, that simply means that, man, anything you try to do in your life, you're gonna run into some roadblocks. You're gonna run into some obstacles. You're gonna run into people who try to shut you down in the middle of your journey, and you're gonna run into people who they may not even be trying to intentionally shut you down. They may not even have any ill will towards you. They just don't see eye to eye with you. They just don't see eye to eye with your philosophy. So with that being said, it creates an opposition. It creates a bumping of the heads, and so to speak. But if we look at it with a wise eye, if we understand it with the right kind of thought and the right kind of approach, then what happens is we'll be able to embrace the productivity that will come from the opposition. I'm gonna say that again. When we run into opposition, if we look at it with a wise eye, we will be able to embrace the growth and development that we will accomplish through that opposition, through the bumping of the heads. It makes us stronger if we accept it, if we understand it, if we understand its purpose. Then it makes us better. It makes us stronger. It trains us to deal with more opposition down the line, because it goes in stages. There's levels to it. When you're first getting involved in something, when you're first jumping in, the opposition and the obstacles might be tiny, they might be small, but based on the level that we're on mentally, or learning, or just coming into our own, even the small oppositions appear to be big to us at that time. because we've never faced them before on our journey. But as you start to grow and master the levels, you find yourself rising up mentally. You're rising up, you're getting higher and higher, and you can look down at those old obstacles, those old roadblocks that you faced in your early stages of development, and you laugh because it was like just a peon. That was just lightweight. It's lightweight to you now. But the key is to get the jump on it. The key is to get the jump on it and understand that in anything you do, you're going to run into opposition. We can't think that we're not. We're not going to coast along through life. Whatever it is you're trying to do. If you're trying to accomplish something big, you don't get a big reward without paying a big price down the line. You don't make it through a big war without some battle scars. You don't make it through a war without battle scars. It just don't happen. Nobody's going to come through a battle unscathed and untouched. It's going to happen. You're going to run into some opposition. The key is to know that coming in. And the key is also to learn how to deal with an enemy in such a way that that enemy is insignificant to you and how you deal with them. Resistance is part of the process. Anything that you do, you're going to encounter resistance. There's going to be somebody who don't like you. There's going to be somebody who disagrees with you. There's going to be somebody who has negative things to say to you. There's going to be somebody who's envious of you. There's going to be somebody who makes every effort and every attempt within their power to block you from where you're trying to get to. All of these things are going to happen either one at a time, or you're going to receive all of them possibly at the same time. But this is what you got to do when you receive resistance. The same way that if you were working out, and a lot of people work out, a lot of y'all work out, your workout might be weights. So you put some weights on the bar, and the weights are heavy, so those weights are offering resistance to you. You straining to hit that certain weight. But you are embracing that resistance because you know that the goal that you have in mind is to get stronger. And those weights, that resistance that those weights are presenting to you, are going to contribute to you getting stronger. Y'all see where I'm going? So you embrace that. You want that kind of resistance. But it's a principle in that we got to live our everyday life by the same way. Because we accept that. And we even say, when you master that weight, what do? You put some more on there. You put some more resistance on there because you want to go to the next level. So when you face an opposition in your life from people, from powers, or so-called powers, you have to look at it the same way you're looking at those weights. You have to look at it the same way you running those laps. So we got to run 8 laps, 10 laps. By the time you get to that third one, you're struggling and you still got 7 more to go. But you push yourself through the resistance, through the tough part of it, because once you condition yourself to get used to dealing with those 10 laps It's easy after that. That's from a physical point of view. What we have to master is those mental obstacles. We got to master those. We can't give people power over this. An outside mind, an outside thought, a thought that is separate from you, you can't give them power over you, especially when you know where you're headed, when you know where you're trying to go. If you know where you're trying to go and you have the the foundation under you, the foundation is your research. The foundation is your study. The foundation is your principles and your faith, your system of knowledge and wisdom and understanding. If you have that foundation under you, then that foundation is your shield. And that's all you need. But as Minister Farrakhan said in one of my favorite speeches from him, we have to rise above emotion into the thinking of God. See, emotion causes us to react in a way that doesn't necessarily solve the problem, or it takes us out of our mind, our focused mind, and causes us to be triggered by how outside people react. And we all do it. I do it. You do it. We all do it. So it's a process that we have to go under, to where we have to know that every situation that we walk into is a potential moment where we get a chance to practice our skills of rising above the emotion. Picture a work setting. You got a job somewhere, you're working somewhere, and there's a particular person who just seems to always try to get under your skin at work, at school, wherever you are. They always come to you. They always got something to say to you. Or anything you say, anything you propose, anything you set out to speak on, they seem to take the opposite side of that. How many people know folks like that? It's like they're doing it on purpose. You have to recognize that this is how this person is thinking. And a lot of times people are trying to see how strong or how weak your foundation might be. Because when we are what we like to call, when we preaching to the choir, and what is preaching to the choir? Preaching to the choir means that I got 5 or 6 cats around me, and I'm just dropping the game on them. I'm saying whatever it is I'm saying, and everybody's co-signing and agreeing, because not that they're yes men or yes women. It's just the fact we just all happen to be on the same page. We on the same mind. That's easy because it's no opposition, there's no resistance. But the issue comes in when you present your ideology and there are people who are like, nah, I don't agree with that. Well, what about this? Well, what about that? Nah, you don't know what you're talking about. And they present themselves as an opposition to you. How do you handle that? Do you get upset, fight, or do you say to yourself, okay, I'm in one of these, I'm dealing with one of these type of people. I'm dealing with one of these kinds of situations. Let me skillfully handle this person in such a way that they'll know that they was defeated and I never had to even raise my voice. We all working on that, but that's what we got to do. And we have to understand also that there are people who, no matter what you do, no matter what you say, no matter what facts you present, they will never, ever, ever agree with you. For multiple reasons. They will not agree with you just because they don't agree, even when they see facts in their face. And just some people that's just like that. It's not going to accept it. And there are people who just will never concede to the fact that you were right. They're just not gonna give it up to you like that. They ain't gonna give it up. Then there are the people who were just blindly ignorant. There are people who are just so ignorant that you can't break through that wall. So you waste time trying to just chisel at that wall. You would never break through that wall. And if you don't break through, it may not be meant for you to. Somebody may come along later and break through it. They may snap into it years later. I've had conversations with people who have literally, we would just debate and argue and debate for hours. And I believed that what I was presenting was actual factual truth. I believed it. They believed what they was presenting back to me was actual factual truth. Then I've had them years later come to me and say, man, you was right. I didn't understand it then because my thinking was not on that kind of level at the time. So they gave it up. But some people will never give that up. But regardless of what the outcome is with whoever you're dealing with, you have to stand on the truth that you know. And if it reaches a point of contention, then you just say peace, bro, peace, sis. We just agree to disagree. But don't let it take you out your game. Because as Teller Quacker just said, the resistance is the growth. How can you ever know what you are made of if you never are challenged on what you claim it is that you subscribe to? I'm in the gym just shadow boxing all day long. I'm punching the heavy bag. I'm punching the speed bag. I'm on speed bag. I'm on the heavy bag. I'm shadow boxing. I'm everything I'm doing, but I've never stepped in the ring with a real person and even sparred, right? So how do you know? You look good. You look good in the gym working out. But you don't know what you're made of until the challenge presents itself. And you have to embrace the challenge in order to see. But embrace it with a clear, calm, focused mind. Don't take it in with anger, even though you might be angry.